So is financial freedom legit? Is it really something that's possible? I'm gonna show you that in this video about how it's not only possible, but even becomes probable. All right, so is financial freedom just a pie in the sky thing? Is it just something to get you smoking a bunch of hopium, hoping that it's true, but really it's not? You're just chasing things. It's like snipe hunting. It's not real. Sorry, spoiler alert for those who apparently went snipe hunting. But is it really legit? I'm here, I'm living proof to tell you that I not only did it once, I did it twice. However, for you to be able to do it, it's gonna require you to do something different than what the financial advisor will tell you or what the most mainstream media will tell you. And here's how it works. All right, so first and foremost, what is financial freedom? This could be one of the reasons why it's not legit, because you might have different definitions of freedom than I do, or somebody else does, right? Now, many people talk about financial freedom. Heck, by the way, just so you know, it's hard for me even to put financial freedom in a Facebook post because Facebook doesn't want you to promote financial freedom because they say, oh, it's gonna be fake. So, I mean, I don't blame them because there are so many people out there promising you the moon, the stars, and everything. They're trying to tell you, you can have it all, right? You got financial freedom and unicorns and puppies in the sky, hopefully with unicorns on their back, right? That kind of thing. You got all these things possible in your life because you can be financially free. And they just sell you some crappy little program or some kind of false dream or hope that never comes true or rarely comes true for these people. And I get it. So many people that are just bad actors out there or even good actors that create bad results like that. And so I get why that's a situation. Now I'll tell you, here's how I define financial freedom. And it's different than financial independence. Because for me, financial independence is when you have enough passive income coming in that can pay for your monthly expenses. So once your passive income meets or exceeds those expenses that you have month to month, now you're no longer required to work a typical job, right? You work because you want to, not because you have to. You're work optional, as I like to call it. And so you have enough passive income to pay for your bills that you have the option to, quote unquote, retire. Now, financial freedom is a different story. Because financial freedom, in my own mind, is not just a state of your bank account or how much passive income is coming in, but it's also a state of mind, a state of being. Because the truth is that you could actually become financially independent, but yet not become financially free. In fact, you could even probably double your financial independence, meaning that if financial independence meant you had $10,000 a month coming in to pay all your bills, and then you got up to $20,000 a month, which you'd think most people would consider to be double that income, $10,000 extra a month that you could just burn through would be financial freedom. Guess what? For many people, it's still not financial freedom. Why? Because as long as money is still running your life, as long as you're still making decisions based on money, you are never truly free from money. Now, what do I mean by that? That means like, if you're always making decisions, if you're always looking at that menu wondering like, well, how much does this cost? Okay, I'm not gonna get that. If I'm always worried about, well, what if I lose money? What if I don't save enough? If you feel like you have to keep saving and saving, you have to keep building your income, it can never stop. If you keep feeling like that, you're not financially free. And this is tough. This is not something that's easy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. That level of financial freedom where you feel free, again, it has nothing to do with the numbers. Now, I'm not saying that numbers don't help. I'm not saying that at all. It's much easier when you have a lot of passive income coming in and be able to get to that financial freedom. But it's something you have to do more of the internal work. You have to do something more in that mindset. And so I've learned this firsthand. I learned that financial freedom actually came to me before I became financially independent. Yes, I said that right. I actually became financially free before I became financially independent, or at least a certain level of it. I hit other levels since then. I've realized there's multiple levels of financial freedom. To give you an example, the first time I became financially independent was in 2006. Many times you've probably heard me on this channel. By the way, like and subscribe to Money Ripples channel here. Many times I had actually shared that I was 28 years old, able to retire, and I was financially independent. I had enough passive income coming in to pay for my bills. Now I kept working because I didn't know what to do with my time. Plus, I get really bored easily. I'm not the kind of person to sit around the house and just hang out with my kids. Honestly, like I can only take so much and I don't drink. And so as a result, I actually got to get away and do something else. I love my kids. I really do. But sometimes I drink a little. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. But I might go out for a milkshake sometimes. So anyway, it's like I needed to have something else to do with my time. Now, I was financially independent, but I found out later I really wasn't financially free. Because for example, when I bought things, I was buying it not based on what I wanted, but I bought it based on how it looked. I bought it saying, hey, could I impress my friends or my family members to show them that I made it? Really, I was buying stuff just to put it in front of me and say, look at my things. Look, I'm valuable. But really, if you were to strip those things away, I felt worthless. And so I would put those things in front of me for that reason. And so I bought a lot of stuff. Now, when 2008 started happening, especially even in 2007, going into 2008, and I started going from millionaire to then upside down millionaire, where I was over $1 million in debt. Pretty soon, I'm turning in my Mercedes. I turned it in even before they could repossess it. I just said, just take it. I can't make the payments anymore. just take it now. Eventually I foreclosed my house in 2009, not because I wasn't trying to sell it, but because the company that had the mortgage, good old Lehman Brothers, wouldn't let us sell the property. And so we eventually had to foreclose on it just to get rid of it. By the way, they did pay us a $300 settlement check for mortgage fraud. Don't you love it? In that situation, I lost just about everything. Other than our family vehicle and a few personal items that we had, we pretty much sold off everything we owned just to be able to make it, to try to make it through those hard times. And I'll tell you, that was a very tough time because for me, it was vulnerable. Like I felt like I was worthless because I didn't have the stuff anymore. But it's interesting, when I lost everything, that's when I found out I had everything, is that I was enough, I didn't need all that stuff to prove my worth, that I was still the same person. Nothing had changed about me, even when the stuff was gone. And that was epiphany for me because all of a sudden I got to the point where it's like this stuff doesn't matter. And so although I wasn't financially independent by any way, shape, or form, I was trying to dig out of $1 million debt hole. But I started to realize, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't need this stuff. I don't need to impress people. And I hit this certain level of financial freedom even before I had any level of financial independence. And as time went on, as time got progressed, and of course I started to pay off those loans and debts and everything else, pay back family members, started investing in properties, then I became financially independent, it became a lot more liberating. Even before I got out of that rat race, even before I became financially independent, I was still feeling amazing because even getting paycheck to paycheck was better than being $1 million broke. So again, it's always perspective, isn't it? And that's the thing you have to ask yourself is, what perspective do I have with money? Can I be grateful along the way? Can I actually be grateful even where I'm at right now? If you even get a few $100s more of passive income a month, you should be celebrating that and say, well, oh my goodness, how many people do I know that actually have a few $100s a month passive income? Just so you know, the percentage is very small. You get over $1,000 a month, it gets smaller. If you get over $10,000 a month, you're now in the top fraction of a percent of people in the country. Most people never even have $10,000 a month of passive income. There's plenty of wealthy people that make active income, but they have nothing else. If they lose that job or that business, they're not making money. That's a huge level of freedom that most people never experience. Celebrate that, enjoy it, and recognize it, and then that freedom can come better. That's why you need an abundance mentality, not a scarcity mentality. You can't just always feel like it's never enough. You got to get to a point where you feel that I have enough and there's more to come. Now, you've been asking, like, is financial freedom even legit? You might be wondering, is that even possible now? Because now I have to control my mindset. It's not just about the money. No, it's not. It's not about the money. If you want true financial freedom, it's something that's the money plus your mindset. Money and mindset together, working together in abundance, works great for creating freedom. Now, I tell you this because I have plenty of clients that have become financially independent, but then they struggle because they don't feel any different when they get there. Because they realize it wasn't the money that changes their perspective, it's them. So remember, you gotta work on that mindset throughout. Now, can you create financial independence that can actually enhance that financial freedom? Where is it actually legit? The things that people promise, can you create passive income? Did I say I love passive income, right? Is it possible? And the answer is 100% yes, especially if you've got money. Now, you might say, well, I don't have money. Well, great. Well, start working your job. Start working whatever you can. Get a side hustle or business. Start building an income. Stop spending on things that don't really add value to your life. Spend on things that do add value. Great. Don't get rid of those vacations or those trips. Do enjoy your life, but still be a wise steward of your money so that you can build it and grow it. And then, yeah, I recommend when people get over 100 grand, 150 grand of money that they can then do something with, then we start talking about what are passive investments you can actually do. Now, I get it, granted, you could go invest in things like real estate with little to no money out of pocket, especially if you're doing wholesaling or other stuff. You can borrow other people's money. But again, I kind of warn against that because that requires a lot of education and training to get there. If you want to be a passive investor, where you, again, don't need a lot of education and training to do the real estate investing, you just need to know who to trust and what deals are actually good. That's something we actually do offer to our clients as well, is where we've got our own trusted network of people. They're okay to use those people too. We're willing to actually connect them. And we don't even get paid on the back end from those people. But that being said, if you got at least 100, 150 grand, now you start having some conversation. Now there's some multiple options you could be doing with that money to generate more returns. I had one woman that she said, honestly, Chris, I just want to be a health coach. I want to be able to have enough money that I can just coach in the morning, do my little workout in the morning too, but coach a few people and then have the rest of the day free. What does it take to do that? $2,000 a month. Well, what do you have to invest right now? Well, I only have $250,000. My financial advisor says I need at least $1 million to live on that. I said, well, if you take his advice, you would. But what if you invest that money to make into something that generates income at 10% a year? That's actual income. That's not pulling the money out, that's income. She said, well, that's $25,000 a year. Right, which is just over what? $2,000 a month, which is what you need. You don't have to wait 10 years. You can do it this year. Blew her mind that it was even possible. Not just, she was hoping and praying for 10 years, then to show her to do it in one, that just about rocked her world and her entire reality. It was like the Matrix. She took the pill, but she wasn't like kicking people in the face and stuff, right? And dodging bullets. It was like, but for her, it was like a massive awakening, right? And we've seen that time and time again. That's my favorite thing about what I do is that light bulb moment that goes on. They're like, holy cow, this is possible. So is financial freedom legit? 100% yes, if you do it the right way, if you're avoiding all these people that try to sell you crap that really find out you just have to work your tail off day and night to work another business that's really not passive in the first place. Financial freedom, in my opinion, is when you have passive income working with an abundance mindset, then you have true freedom. So guys, you want to be able to learn how to do that, I'd recommend go to our website, moneyripples.com. We've got a passive income calculator on there. You can see what you can do in your situation. And just so you know, no matter what the number is, there are things possible. There are ways you can actually improve your cash flow situation today. Check that out.